Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. As always, I'm Jodie.
And I'm Amanda.
And, perfect little segue to talk about the 75th Annual Tony Awards.
Wow. Okay, so to get into this, you didn't watch it. Me and Nick were texting all night, and I watched it with Daphne last night. Ron was
so
there, but I don't think he said a single word the entire night.
That's probably for the best, though. I recorded it. I'm going to watch it tonight with Paige, with my daughter.
It was great. Ariana DeBose was, she was the host. It was the best.
Excited.
She should host everything in the world. This was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Like, she was so good.
Oh, I'm so excited now. Yay.
Oh,
okay,
you're
I can't
gonna
wait.
love it. You're gonna love it, Jodie. The whole thing was great. I stayed all the way to the end, Amanda.
Oh, I'm excited. Yeah. Hopefully it ended on time, because I did record it. Hopefully
it ended like
cut off.
4 minutes late, but it was.
I'm sure I can find the end. I mean, it'll be on YouTube or something.
Well,
if it cuts off.
If you want to know who won, I'll just tell.
No, you can tell me. It's not going to ruin it.
I'm not going to tell you now. I'll tell you later.
Tell me now.
It was that. Well, now you're putting me on the spot. It's the one with the usher. A Strange Loop.
Okay. I didn't know if you meant the singer, rapper Usher.
No, definitely not.
Because I know you're
Usher.
a huge Usher head.
Totally. Is he the one that was in that? Oh wait.
You're thinking R. Kelly. I can already tell.
No. The one that was in the Kim Kardashian sex video, but that was,
I believe that was Ray J.
brother. Yes,
Brandy's brother, Ray J. Correct. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So anyway.
But, we're on the nose with pop culture today.
Yeah, really, really on the beat.
Yeah,
it was so good though, Jodie. You're gonna love it. It was awesome. Patti LuPone won her third undeserved Oscar. Or Tony. I was pissed. I was like, no,
careful.
I don't care about being careful. I think she deserved it for Evita.
Okay.
I don't think she deserved it for Gypsy. She definitely doesn't deserve it for Company at all. Like, I'm angry about it. I'm angry for all the people she was up against.
Oh, well, now I'm just being cringe watching it, aren't I?
Luckily, like they perform Company.
Okay.
And, Company, actually, this is maybe an interesting story. The day that COVID happened in America,
the shutdown.
I was supposed to go to Company. Remember?
That's
with
right.
Joan.
I do remember. Yeah.
Joan was in town with his mother and her wife, and we were all going to come in. And I was dressed up. I mean, I was thrilled to not have to get on the subway. But I could have seen that show, but it was the day that it shut down, and we found out an hour before the show was supposed to start that it was over.
How thrilled do you think the cast was that it was canceled?
They're well, I mean, they weren't gonna get paid. Well, actually, since they're in the union, they probably got unemployment at least. No, they're just saying they were still in previews at this point.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't even get to really open it. But now they're on Broadway. It's won all these awards and
oh, great.
Yeah, but Patti. So here's another thing about Patti. I spent the last 3 days listening to her audiobook again, because remember we talked about it. And it's so good. Everyone needs to listen to Patti's audiobook. It's the most petty. Yeah, it's the most petty audiobook. She just fucking she names people first and last names that she doesn't like. She's like, yeah, I had this understudy, and she was coming for me the whole time, and her name is Natasha, whatever. She just says the whole names, all of these people. Such a bitch. But I love it, because I can relate to her, because she's she works so hard on these shows, and she never gets good reviews, and she, that's kind of a trend in the whole audio.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She gets notoriously bad reviews, always. In every show she's done, she's yeah, the reviews were bad. Even in Evita, she got bad reviews.
Why is that?
I don't know, because
Is it her personality because she's just very
and she
brash?
also does talk about how she has like this reputation. She's like, this is the first time I got this reputation, but I have to stand up for myself. She knows. She knows who she is.
Okay.
My problem with Patti is that at this point she's just doing an impression of herself in every show she does.
Yeah,
right?
you said that, right.
Like, are you familiar with her? Have you seen her done
I'm
stuff?
familiar. Yes, but I mean, I'm not a LuPone head.
Right.
But I know Patti. I mean, life goes on, of course.
Obviously, yes, of course.
Well, no. I mean, I wouldn't say I've, like, followed her career.
But, like, if you can think of it,
but I know the
performances of her
gist.
that you've seen, it's just her being Patti.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, that's how I see it.
It's all an impression of herself.
Yeah.
And
I think people are just afraid of her.
I'm terrified of her. The only reason I'm even saying this is because I'm in Calgary now, and she'd have to cross a border to come at me.
You're not stateside.
I'm not in New York anymore. She can't hurt me.
Now, when you met her,
lovely. And okay, so when I met her, it was after we saw Sweeney Todd. It was me, Brad, and Jenny, and we were the only three that waited for her. Like, no one else waited for her. It was so weird, and she was so nice.
Because they're terrified of her.
That was one show I thought she was not Patti in. She was, like, unpattied.
You caught her on a good day.
I caught her in an unpatty performance. But I was so pissed that she won this.
So she won. Well, she won.
Here's to the ladies who learned everybody love. Love together, got the blood and got brought all the road behalf. It's just not a good performance. She's not performing the song. She's just being Patti, which I guess. Good. What are you doing?
Patti has like a carol feel to it.
Patti.
There's Patti. Well, while you were catching up on Patti and the Tonys this weekend, I took a little look-see on a website. I just sent you pictures that you're going to have to refer to.
What is this?
Called Shein, that clothing accessory website that all the kids go to these days, where it's like cheap, quick fashion.
So it's a
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Thing where you wash it.
It's like SHEIN.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I think like everyone except us. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to check this out. Everything is cheap as hell. Like dresses for $8. I mean, it's ridiculous. So it's going to be hilarious.
Now it's a different color and shape and size.
Right. Now, I just want to bring up the fact that I think Shein is the TikTok of weird photos that people take of themselves with their products. This is just a sampling. Like, I just clicked on something and sent you. No, all different
These are all
people.
Different girls?
People take the weirdest photos of themselves to post of the product.
Ever take a picture of yourself in a mirror?
I sent you a couple.
Like a full-length mirror?
Oh, hell no. Now, oh, God, never. I would never post anything that I've used. Oh, I'll explain that in just a moment. But from what I gather, you get points if you post a review. So people will be like, please like it or something and get points. Doesn't matter. You couldn't pay me enough money. You could give me 1,000,000 points, $1 million, and I'm not posting pictures like this. Now, the first two photos that I sent, there is a naked person on the bed in the background. The person wearing a shirt with no pants, who's taking a photo of themselves, it's like a navy or a gray tank. There's a naked thigh and butt cheek in the background. Yes, there is.
I don't know what that is. No, I'm looking at it right now.
It's a thigh. Look back here. Like someone is laying on their back, bending their legs. That is a naked body. That's a naked body. Someone's like laying on their bed.
In our Facebook?
I certainly can. And then some of them are just, the picture is completely sideways, upside down. I've seen people living in the most disgusting conditions possible, like shit all over the place on their kitchens, dirty shit on their floor, pictures like this one where it's taken, like, here is my double chin and my fupa. not shaming the person for their weight because I have a triple chin and probably 4 fupas, but I think there's a more flattering angle to show, like, what are you even modeling in this photo? I don't even see the clothes that you're modeling.
I mean, it's
some of these are just like camel toe city. Now, the gray sports
that's the one
bra.
I really want to know about. We're going to post
The
these,
description, are you reading on the bottom? Let me read it for you.
I bought these for
my 80-year-old grandmother. She's been in a wheelchair now for 3 years and has gained some weight, and it's all gone straight to her boobs, LOL. She loved them. She said they're very comfy. They took a photo of their 80-year-old grandmother in a wheelchair in her sports bra.
Honestly, this grandmother is not really like that overweight. She's just like a woman. But the like maybe
She's got
do
one
a
boob.
second,
One boob's bigger than the other.
Take on this, yeah, different angle.
Yeah, or
adjust the boob.
Does she know you are posting this? I highly doubt this 80-year-old woman knows that her boobs are posted all over for the world to see. And now I'm talking about it, whatever. Maybe I won't post this one.
This is looking at Kimberly's boob because it's kind of going
I was just going to say, this is Kimberly.
Going off to the east.
And another 40 years down and to the right. Yep. And then the last two, I just want to say, I'm, again, very good at this. Little person Jane.
I can
just
see
that
that
out there.
I mean, it's hard to tell from the insane
But like the beds
angle.
aren't made. There's dirty shit all over the floor. Oh, it makes me really sad and depressed looking at these living situations that people are in.
When my aunt comes to paint
in this one
my
photo,
house, I make my bed and look,
here we go.
She's not done yet, okay? She was supposed to be done this weekend. She needs another weekend, Jodie. It's not August yet.
I think I gave you July 31st as the deadline.
I told her that you have that.
The day that you're going to Hamilton, Amanda.
God. Why do you know all this stuff?
I just want to point out the fact that this one in the kitchen, what I really appreciate about this one is a Ron Popeil food dehydrator on the upper right-hand shelf. Again, open shelving. You know, where the cord's hanging down for the world to see. Haven't seen one of those in a while. So, yeah, it's just really depressing. Just, if you miss people watching because of COVID, and you're like, you know what, I just want to see like what's going on in the world. Pick any Shein item, scroll through the photos.
God. Yeah, that
Yikes.
Is depressing.
Yeah. Speaking of depressing, do you want to talk about some 90 Day Fiance or Seeking Sister Wife?
Let's. I don't know. You go.
No, you go.
Sister Wife.
Oh my
okay,
God. Okay.
Oh my God.
Guys, this show is so good. You do not need to have watched any previous seasons. Jump the fuck right in.
Hey, also, if you're wondering whether or not you should just change over to only dating women, watch this show.
Oh my God. Yeah. Truly, every guy is horrible. If you have any question in your mind that men
suck, watch this show.
Mm-hmm. Who do you want to start with? Because they're all
Let's
monsters.
start with the Black Big Ed.
The Black Big Ed? Is that the new guy?
Yeah,
Marcus?
You said the message to me and Kara.
Oh, I didn't say Big Ed. I said Vern Troyer.
Oh, sure. That too.
Marcus is Vern Troyer.
No neck Marcus.
No neck Marcus. Mm.
So this is a situation where I feel like most polygamy starts in that, a
very short man.
Short man with small penis, Cody Brown.
Yes.
And our marriage is not working, and now he's fallen in love with someone else. But I don't want it to be that he cheated on me. It's more that we'll just be in a polygamous relationship to save face.
Yeah. And every woman absolutely wants this for herself. He has not convinced her, manipulated her into going along with him at all. No. All right, now I don't know if you looked into Marcus.
5'2", maybe. He's teeny. He's a teensy one.
I was gonna say like 5'3" on his driver's license, so 5. Yeah, 5'1.5", 5'2". 5'2" if he's standing in just the right way.
Kara is taller than him.
Oh, Kara towers over Marcus.
And that's no slight at Kara, because Kara's the most fabulous, gorgeous girl ever.
Oh, seriously? We're not just like saying this. Amanda and I got on, and then here comes Kara looking like fucking incredible. Like she's about to go to a photo shoot. We literally
texted her and was like, we need to, we're like, Amanda needs to visually see people when we're recording so that she can look at your mouth like moving for the lip reading. But we look like shit. Like we're both like have not showered. We're not wearing any makeup really. And then she's like, oh yeah, no problem. And she shows up looking like a snack.
Oh gosh,
you're like, thanks.
She's the best. I love her.
I
can't wait to hear her recap on this as well. Anyway, so yes, Marcus. He's a small man, and I don't know if you looked into him at all.
I was watching the Tonys yesterday, Amanda.
Okay, well, the whole so I just typed in Marcus Epps seeking sister wife because I was looking for a photo to compare him, of course, to Vern Troyer to send to you and Kara this morning. And truly, the side by side, they look pretty identical. Am I right?
Yeah, for sure. Like nothing special
now,
about
when
this
I did that, up came quite a lot of information about Marcus Epps' scandalous past. This is from ScreenLegion.com. They did a great
site.
Little recap. So, yeah, but you know what? They did a good job of recapping his crazy-ass history. So it turns out Marcus Epps has a troubled past. Marcus lived in Ohio, although TLC shows them in Miami, which he does mention, like, we live here for the winter, but I am really from Euclid. It's my, what do you say, like my ward or whatever. He was a city councilman of Euclid, Ohio. However, he allegedly got involved in running an after-hours club. Meanwhile, a woman was shot there in 2020, and Marcus Epps has been caught on camera at the scene when the shooting went down. He was later visited by police who had a warrant to search his property. He maintained that he had nothing to do with the shooting. Then there were also allegations of substandard housing. Several of the duplexes that he owned allegedly had multiple housing violations, and it seems someone ended up hurt in a fire, a 19-year-old tenant. Yeah. He claims that all these stories are politically biased because he, quote, pushed for Euclid police to wear body cameras. However, most fans are already over this new family with these stories surfacing. Yeah. So I just feel like where there's smoke, there's fire. Right?
When I lived in
maybe allegedly
when I lived in Astoria, I came home from work and there was like my street was blocked off and there was all these fire trucks,
marshals, trucks,
men.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I'm like walking up the street. I like have to like go through like all this scaffolding and shit. And they're all just kind of just hanging out and chilling. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on? And the guy was such a fucking dick to me. He's like, well, I mean, piece it together. There was a fire. And I'm like, okay, well, where? Because I live on this
the
fucking
firefighter said
yes,
this?
The firefighter was such a dick to me. He's like, yeah, I mean, piece it together as all of us. There's probably a fire on the street. I'm like, yeah, cool. So do you want to point where? Like, it was literally like the apartment next to mine. I'm like, I'm sorry that I'm concerned that I have cats that live in there. And
yeah, that I'm homeless now.
So fuck you. And there was no hustle on this either. And also like the fire, like it was like I had like this apartment. It was like a four floor walk up. The one next to us burned all the way down. Like the windows were blown out. It was just black.
Oh wow.
So I'm like, sorry that I was concerned.
Yeah. What the hell? Well, I guess it's something they see every day, you know?
They're just hanging out in the street
piece it together.
Maybe, I wonder. Maybe piece together what you're seeing here. I'm like, yeah, no, clearly there's a fire. Point to where it is. Are my cats dead? Anyway.
Yeah, what a meanie. Yeah. It's Marcus's fault. I blame him.
These women, all three of them are gorgeous. What are you doing here?
What is going on?
This sucks.
Well, Taryn is his wife. They dated in college, and after 5 months, he took her virginity. This is a hilarious story.
I would slap the person, I would slap him if I was sitting next to him on the couch and he said,
"What the hell are you thinking?
Why would you fucking reveal that?"
Oh God, because I don't know. It's this guy because he's Marcus.
He wants everyone to know that he can still have sex.
Yes. So he's looking up at India and Taryn. We'll talk about how India came part of the family first. And this is where he's talking about how he's so passionate about his ward, Euclid, Ohio, but they're in just Miami for the winter. And, he deserves to go to the beach. Ooh, he deserves it. You deserve to go to the beach after all the hard work you've been doing. Sitting there, I don't know, looking up at your wife. You tell these guys are the laziest pieces of shit. So Taryn and Marcus have been married for 11 or 12 years at the time when Marcus was, quote, doing things a married man probably shouldn't be doing. And then he laughs and he's like, I wasn't allowed to be juggling 10 to 15 women. Okay, sure you were. 10 to 15. No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
But he might have been. Bacon Fingers had 4 or 5 going when we were together. Bacon Fingers.
10 to 15.
Yes, but this guy's much better looking than Bacon Fingers was.
Juggling doesn't mean slept with, hooked up with, one night sort of
Jodie,
things.
These
Juggling.
Men, they kind of thrive on this shit. It's the excitement.
But he's so little.
He's little.
And he's smarmy. So that means now 10 to 15, this means that there's 15 to 18 women minimum who have been conned by this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hate to think that women are this stupid.
Bacon Fingers, he finds women that are really nice or
and they're like, oh, he's little. Yeah, he's unassuming. He's not going to cheat on me because he's little. And he thinks he looks smart in a sweater.
He probably has kids out there too that he doesn't even know about. You know that Nick Cannon?
He's got he's got 15. Oh, it's about time. Okay, so his daughter with Taryn is, I don't know, what is she, 10 or something like that? And then he's got another son from someone else.
No one knows. It's a fluid. I always love when kids are involved in situations like this, by the way. It's great. It's super healthy for them.
It is awesome. And especially because Taryn left with her daughter, so Marcus and his son, what's his son's name? I wrote this down. Tristan was with him at the time he was juggling these 10 to 15 women.
He was giving a lot of attention
and when he met India.
Sure, he's spending a lot of time at home.
Oh, you mean with Tristan? With his son Tristan?
He was spending a lot of time with his kids, just really focusing on his being a parent. Mm-hmm.
Well, he found India.
Right.
And he and India got engaged. And this is the cutest love story ever. This is so sweet. So he was engaged to India, but he still wanted to work on his marriage because he was still married to Taryn. Right. So Taryn was like, well, let me meet her and see if it's okay if you can be engaged and married her, and then we can work on our thing too.
Broken.
And
he's broken her down.
Hit it off like friends, and so now they just alternate nights, and it's great. And not only do they have Tristan, they have, like I said, Taryn's daughter Kylan. Tristan's friend JB is living with them. So it's just oh my God, it's the sweetest family you've ever seen.
I think also has a kid.
Yes, a kids. The new girl Bila or Bila,
who's also gorgeous.
It's Bila.
Why are you doing this?
Right, she has a 5-year-old son who Marcus thinks is, quote, a super cool kid.
Oh, great!
So they're gonna be the coolest kids. That house is gonna be lit with 4 kids. With a daddy with 3 different moms.
Who can't even reach up to grab to the upper shelf.
Oh, God, I hate this. And what's her name? God, there's so many people involved here. Sorry. Taryn then explains to the kids, because, listen, they're not just going to throw 4 kids into the mix without explaining it. So she sits them all down and she's like, so daddy is going to be going on a date with Bila, but he's going to be dating other people as well. Do you guys think it's going to be cool? Is it going to be crowded if she moves in with her son? And they're all no,
it's
isn't it
fine.
like
It's normal.
Ugh. I mean, like, it's already crowded, so, like, what's 2 more people? So the kids are totally on board. They have a choice in it, Amanda. Obviously, they've asked
Yeah, what
them.
if they had said no?
The kids want this too.
And Dad sucks, and I hate him.
I hate this man. That's all we saw of them, and that's all I really want to see because he is.
I hate all the men.
So
I hate all men. I really hate Nick.
Yeah.
Too. He's worse somehow this episode.
Yeah. Do you think Nick and Marcus would get along?
They're eye to eye at least. Like height-wise.
Oh, I was just gonna say because
same with Garrick.
It could be quite the competition.
Garrick is just so like it's almost like he's littler and littler in every couch.
He is shrinking. He's shrinking. Yeah. He's losing weight and he's getting smaller.
He's losing
and
like muscle mass, and Danielle is broken down, and I love it. But okay, let's talk about Nick.
Oh yeah, Nick, April, and Jennifer, and Danielle. Okay.
Oh, the chemistry.
What do you
Jodie?
have to say about Danielle?
The chemistry between these two.
Feel the heat.
My God. This is like this is a date that like if I went on this date I'd be like, well, we're okay, so like that was great to meet you, bye, I'll never hear from you again.
Awkward. Absolutely. And then you're gonna go get something to eat on the way home.
She had that burger though. Jodie texted me, she couldn't even wrap her arms around the burger.
Yeah, but she's not picking up that burger. I noticed that she was picking at the fries
she was
though.
going for the fries.
And they would be talking, he'd be saying something, and she was just holding,
like, nodding really aggressively.
No, nodding while holding a fry, like and you know all she's thinking. Like, come on, guys, I want the fry in my fucking mouth. And at one point, she had 2.5 fries. She had a fry and then a fry folded in half. And I'm not dissing her for it. Like, she's hungry. I would have been doing the same thing. Like, I really want these fucking fries. But I have to be like,
yeah, but you're not ordering fries on a first date. Like you're getting your classic side salad.
Yeah, or like something. Well, you can't something that you are not eating with your hands.
Oh yeah, you can't touch anything.
Salad could be a little risky because if you get like a rogue piece of lettuce,
or if
it's just sticking out of your mouth,
on your mouth, you can't recover from that.
No. Pasta is another risky choice, unless you're going with like a penne noodle.
If you're planning on having sex, you're not having pasta. Because now there's no room in your stomach.
Well, there's carbo loading.
For sex?
I don't think you can go with a spaghetti. I don't know.
You don't know? You're married.
I'm just trying to think.
Do you want to eat pasta before you have sex?
I don't, that's not like on my radar. I'm not like, am I going to have sex with my husband and I better not eat some pasta. I better reach frayed.
I guess I would have like,
I didn't even think about it.
Chicken tenders. That's a safe bet. And because you can use a fork with that, little dips.
Oh, you use a fork with chicken tenders? On a first date. Okay.
No, I mean, if I'm at home, I'm blasting those things into my mouth, like inhaling them. On a first date, you're using a fork.
You're cutting up a chicken tender.
Cutting it.
Oh, Amanda.
Well, I mean, it's been so long since I've been on a date.
I would laugh so fucking hard at you if you ordered chicken tenders in front of me and you started cutting with a fork and knife.
I don't think that's that weird.
I think it's pretty weird. That's like eating fries with a fork.
I don't like fries, though.
Oh, you eat... Oh, God. Okay, we're moving on from the fries. I can't with you. All right, so now we have Nick who's questioning Danielle, just trying to make sure that, like, she's going to be okay with her insecurities and her jealousies. And he's like, I mean, I get that, too. Even when you came in, I was like, hey, the tension's supposed to be about me, not you.
I was like, well, you know what? I got to respect him for at least just coming right out and saying it. Because that's what all these men are thinking, is this attention needs to be on me.
The three of you are supposed to be paying attention to me. You're not supposed to be talking to each other.
The wives. I don't want that.
Yeah, you're supposed to be jealous of each other.
The wives work together. I want to be part of that. It's Robin in the opening of the Sister Wives theme. Sister Wives works together.
All right, well, here's where Nick throws his quantum physics at us and tells her that He thinks that Danielle needs to be more balanced off, pragmatism. I don't think you are saying what you think you're saying.
Words.
Absolutely.
Words
Pragmatism. Yeah. All right.
And Danielle's like,
so now he asks
I'm 22, but I'm planning on being this for the rest of my life. Okay.
Sure you are. Yeah. This is going to last as long as that Shein dress that you're wearing. Okay, so she gets asked if she wants to come back to the house with Nick. And then she goes, and then like rubs his hand. And she like sucks a fry out of her tooth. And she's like,
So he says, you want to come back to the house and like hang out? And then it smash cuts to him talking head going, so I've decided to bring Danielle back to the bedroom. She's agreed to come back to the bedroom. So like, again, I almost have to respect how direct he is with us. That like...
Yeah, but then she also says, I want to have sex with Nick tonight, so I hope April and Jennifer are okay with this. And then she makes a weird face. Did you catch that?
I only watched this once.
She makes the Amber Heard, my dog stepped on a bee face. She goes, so I hope April and Jennifer are okay with this.
Careful with the Amber Heard stuff.
God, careful. I know. All right, so now we get to the house. And
These two are still drinking their wine.
This group
I'm
are
really
so
excited.
cool.
I'm excited for him. I hope it goes well. Clink.
Again, both of them are sitting on the couch. Neither of them has a throw pillow on their lap. So we know you're performing, okay?
And also, I feel like they haven't even had, like, a sip of that wine. I'm like, you need to get wasted. Because what's about to happen is going to be upsetting.
Yeah. Nick and Danielle barge through the door. Danielle does a spin without being asked to spin. Did you see that?
I think one of them says, look at you.
Well, they said, look at you, but then it was after that. Then she says hi to Jennifer. Then she says hi to April. And then she's standing on the side. Then she just spins randomly. Like, oh, God, no. Again, and not Nick, a spank, not a bra, the confidence. Like,
doesn't she look great? And they're like, yes?
Yeah. And she's like, yeah, it was our first alone date. Yeah, it was like so much fun. It was about time.
But Jodie, they're just going to go to the other side of the house, which is 50 feet away, if that.
Me and Danielle are just going to, go talk. And then he kisses them both on the mouth, one right after the other. Ew.
Spreading the herbs.
Gross. Yeah.
I feel like Danielle has
their red wine
loud
chapstick.
Sex. Like, Danielle's freaky.
She's performing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm a porn star. She's one of those. She's going to be loud and screamy and, like, bouncy.
Yeah, bouncy.
I just...
Nick sucks.
Like, can't you see, like, she wants everyone to hear that bed going.
No, it's like a pissing contest. She's marking her territory in there.
Oh, I hate this so much. So he kisses them both. Danielle hugs both of them, and then they just walk off to the bedroom.
And the other wives are
and
like,
then Jennifer and April.
I'm so happy it worked out. April.
Yeah, we want it to work out with them, because they're like so cute together. They're so cute.
Also, a son is involved in this.
We're just gonna
sleep. Child is involved in this as well. Another child.
Correct. But they're gonna go sleep in the guest room. So
together.
Danielle and Nick together, which begs the question, since they made a point last week of saying they give each other space when they have their private time, they don't do threesomes, why don't you each have your own bedroom then?
Well, because they want to just all be with the person they love, Jodie. And he likes to be snuggled
They
in.
like being Dutch ovened with each other's farts all night. Okay, that's ridiculous. If they have a spare guest bedroom that no one is in.
Now. With Danielle.
Yeah. You know what I just thought of?
Farts, like, aggressively.
Oh, she's letting it go.
Out.
She's got, like, big tuba farts. Like, abrupt, like, boom. Boom. Again, well, probably because she's hungry. She just has a lot of air in there because she couldn't finish her fries.
The performance last night was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. My eyes were offended.
Tuba farts, the Music Man. Oh, no.
Big brass bass.
Ooh, okay. Big brass bass. We want to talk about the Marifolds.
Let's save them for last. Let's talk about
the Foleys.
The boat couple.
The Foleys from Eastern Texas. We have Brenda, who's 38. Steve's 42, and another April is 21.
Right. Yeah. And
first line out of Brenda's mouth. I'm so nervous, Daddy.
Ugh.
Did you catch that? They pulled up in the truck to the building site of their new house, and she just says, I'm so nervous, Daddy. I don't think those two have children together.
No, they don't.
So it's not as if she's
saying,
used to calling him
ask Dad.
Right. She just calls him
I did
Daddy.
notice though when she said, I do have to get over some jealousy because I'm, when I get when I get these crazy thoughts, I think, well, is he just replacing me for someone new? Yes. The answer is yes, because that's exactly how you.
She looks like a younger you.
That's how you came into this family.
Although I think he changed his mind with one thing. See, he's used to Brenda. Brenda has overcrowded teeth. And April, the new 21-year-old, hers are spaced out. Yeah.
Well,
she has
so
gaps.
Young,
so I think
he's haven't quite developed yet, I think.
I was just going to say orthodontists actually prefer gaps in the teeth because it gives them a little bit more room to work with. So I think he wants a little taste of each, But April is really cool, according to Brenda. Really so cool.
I mean,
they've been dating her for 3 months.
Some issues in the beginning, but we're working through it.
Yeah, 3 months. She's really cool. They're building this new house. He's in aerospace sales, which means he's a distributor for those foam airplanes for Party City or something.
Have they had sex? Oh, my stars. Oh, grasp my pearls.
They've been intimate. Okay, they've been intimate.
Brenda was not happy with that. Do you think she knew?
21. I think she knew, but I don't think she was ready for the L word, which he says a little bit later. That you could tell it took her breath away. But she was like, okay, but first let's go to the winery. So the first 3 dates are always the 3 of them. That's their rule. Always the 3 of them. So how many people have you dated?
Yeah.
This sounds like this is the first time this has ever happened.
They've dated several people that have decided to be like, I'm good.
I'll pass. I'll pass. Yeah, I really don't have a stomach for pepperoni nipples, so I just gotta say no. Say no to the queso on the boat. All right, so they go to this winery.
Say no to the queso.
And Amanda,
Jodie.
It's wine tasting, not a wine drunking, okay?
I was like, okay, that sentence.
First of all, you're not funny. You're not funny. And also, you're wine tasting. You're gonna get a little buzzed. You're tasting a lot of wine. So yeah,
Me and
it's okay.
Brad went
and
on
you can
a
tell
wine tasting in Sedona, and I wore this this flowy, almost white, but it was yellow skirt. And first wine tasting, I spilt red wine all over it. So I had to turn it. So I had to turn the skirt kind of sideways. But I mean, it looked like I was I had my period.
Well, you know how you get that red wine out? You pour some white wine on it.
Oh, that is true.
That works.
Yes.
It works. And I had, at our old house, I had a white, that longer, what do they call it? Frise carpet. White. Spilled red wine on it while I was doing drunk karaoke. And poured white wine on it. Soaks it right up. And then you can put some baking soda on top, let it absorb a lot of the moisture,
this was a skirt
vacuum
I
it up.
At, Savers, so it was I'm wearing this one.
I'm just telling you guys.
That's good. Good tip.
Maybe when you guys order wine, you should really get a red and a white just to be on the safe side. One of each. Okay, so you can tell that these 3 don't know much about wine at all,
and
they think they're real cool. or each
chemistry.
Because Brenda only has whites. So she has a Riesling, an ice wine, a Moscato, all super sweet.
Gross. I can't.
Yeah, she's got all the sweetest. And she's like, oh, do you think the red, it goes sweet to red is the driest? And then, I don't know why I want to call her Crystal. Doesn't April look like a crystal?
I can see her being a crystal, yeah.
Okay, well, April, she's like, you can't have white dries. think he meant you can have dry whites, but okay, drunkie. And then Brenda's like, oh, you're so smart. Is this a fun conversation? Like these three, again, the electricity, family. It just feels so comfortable.
I find that to be an interesting conversation. To talk about wine, I think, is interesting. But these three somehow make it lame.
Yeah, well, because they don't know anything about it. You could just be like, yeah, we know nothing about wine. Let's all taste these and see, I don't know, which ones we like. But they're like,
fucking Merlot.
Oh, sideways. See, I know that one. All right, so Brenda, they order a cheese platter, which does not get touched, which is the most offensive thing
eat that cheese immediately.
That I've seen out of this couple.
Cold.
Yeah. And they're just picking at it like no one's hungry. If I'm tasting all these wines,
What's
better
your
be feeding
favorite
me.
Cheese?
And Brenda, ooh, God.
I have two.
I like a Gouda. I like feta.
You like those sharp
I enjoy
ones.
a blue
you
cheese.
Like the sharps.
I do like them sharp. I like a jalapeno jack, a jalapeno cheddar.
Is the fucking best. Mine would be...
Don't like the habaneros, though. I don't like the flavor of habanero in a cheese.
I like it spicier the better. I'm a bit of a heat seeker, like Nick Weiger. I like brie and blue cheese. Like? Those are like... I'm laser focused on those on a cheese tray.
Brie is okay.
Brie is okay, she says. That's the best cheese, Jodie. You melt it a bit. You gotta melt it a bit. A baked brie?
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean it's good.
And I'll eat the
I like mine.
I'll eat the outside of it too.
Are you supposed to eat the outside? I don't think so. Is that just wax?
No, it's like mold. It's like pure mold.
Okay, like those little what are they, baby bells or whatever? You don't eat the red wax on that, do you?
Of course.
You have to cook bacon before you eat it.
Yeah, I definitely know that.
Okay, just want to make sure. Just want to make sure you know. You can't have like bacon sashimi. All right, so anyway, Brenda, this is so funny. This is so funny. They're like the Three Stooges, these three. God. Brenda puts a little cheese on her pinky to taste it. And then Michael, she goes to show him how she put the cheese on her pinky to taste it, and then the cheese fell in her wine. It was so funny. And then Steve's like, you better chug it before they see. Oh my God, they're gonna see. They don't care where your fucking cheese is. And also, you're a monster if you're dipping your pinky into the fucking cheese. What is with her and community? Yeah, she had the jar of queso on the boat, and now she's sticking her pinky in the cheese.
When we recorded that, I went out and bought that same queso that night.
The Tostitos.
Yeah. With multigrain chips.
Oh, well then that's healthy.
Exactly.
That's super healthy.
Good for my body.
That's dairy and grain. Super healthy. All right, well, it's time for a walk. They're going to walk all that cheese off, and they go outside, and Brenda is so cold. It's so cold outside. God, they're the worst actors. So Brenda's cold. Steve gives Brenda his coat, and then they're like, bye-bye. You go inside now. It's our time.
What the fuck was that? This sucked.
Why did they even bring her outside? They should have Steve should have just said, oh, let's go take a quick walk, April. And then Brenda stay inside and push cheese around the platter, which is what she did while they were gone. They just kept cutting to Brenda, just pushing things around, looking at her pinky, looking at the wine. By the end, she was chugging the wine. Because she's sitting there by herself.
A whole other flight of wines.
Yeah. And then I'd be taking a sip of whatever I don't like. I'd just be like swapping out their wines, be like, okay, well, I don't like that one. They can have that one. I'm going to take the one that I like from their flight. And then outside, again, I mean.
Chemistry.
The spark. The spark. Oh my God. It was like a porn out there in the vineyard. This is where they grow wine. They say, this is how you make wine. That's what Steve said when they walked out. No, that's where they grow the grapes. This is where they make wine. God, you idiot. They're so fucking stupid. All of these guys. No wit, no humor, nothing. Just bare-chested
nipples.
Pepperoni nipples. So, okay, her hands are actively pushing him away on his chest.
Oh, okay.
Hands to his pectoral muscles. And she's like, and he keeps awkwardly trying to kiss her. And then they're kissing while her hands are still pushing on his chest.
Oh, God, because she's 21.
And then she's like, oh, a cat. Oh, I thought you were going to push me towards the cat. Everything about her body language is saying, I don't like this. This is uncomfortable.
My age. I'm not attracted to you. We don't have chemistry.
Yeah. And then Brenda's inside sucking that Roquefort cheese out of her teeth.
I'd rather eat a bunch of cheese than be with this pepperoni nipple guy.
Yeah. All right. So then we get a couch time with Steve and Brenda, and Steve says, yeah, I feel the love. And you can see Brenda just go, it was like this very slow inhale, can't breathe, not ready for this.
Brenda, I don't really feel that sorry for you because you kind of did this to his ex-wife. And this is coming from me who has done this and thought it would work out great for me. And it didn't.
You've tried polygamy?
No, but I definitely, with the bacon fingers thing, I thought that, like, oh, no, I'm going to be the one that will make him not cheat. I'm the difference.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was going to say, I'd feel bad for Brenda if she weren't the one that he chose over the first one.
Also, in my defense, he lied for the entire time and said that she was this monster and they were already divorced, blah, blah, blah. I'm not.
Well, the typical thing. Oh, we're separated. We're getting a divorce. We're not together.
As far as I knew, they were divorced for years.
Oh, right.
So that was a fun thing to learn 3 months in.
God, men are so trustworthy, aren't they? All right. Is it time for DeBella DeBall, the Merrifields?
I feel like
he is shrinking.
I feel like he's like the king on the in Shrek. Like the musical Shrek.
He's slight.
Like I feel like if he's sitting, I feel like he needs to like grab his own little tiny leg and like fold it over. Like he has like two little like puppet legs. He's teensy.
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah. I don't feel like he was this teensy last year,
Danielle has broken him down.
Thank God. All right, so Bert has been distant and cold with Leah. Weird. And Garrick is like, yeah, we can't be harboring these hurt and hard feelings. Oh, we can't be, Garrick? We can't be harboring these hurt and hard feelings? Okay, cool. Easy for him to say,
he's
right?
Even into Leah, though?
No, of course he's not into Leah.
Yeah.
I mean, neither Danielle nor Garrick actually think Leah is going to work out. They're using her.
Right, and Danielle's like, this is awesome. This is all going completely according to plan. I think
it's
we
going
should call
swimmingly.
Bert. No, should we wait till tomorrow? No, I think today's the day. Let's do it now.
And then, okay.
Right now.
I started to dislike Leah, though, because she's in the car and she's rolling her eyes like a middle schooler. Like, oh, yeah, I mean, okay, whatever you want. Like, really rolling her eyes. Okay. Obviously, you don't want to, but the rolling your eyes thing I thought was so immature. I didn't like that. And then we learned that Leah, in the 3 weeks Leah has been courting Garrick and Danielle, her relationship, her 3-week-long relationship with Bert has been rocky because she's carrying the conversation completely. She asks Bert how things are going, asks her questions about herself, but Bert never reciprocates and asks her anything. Doesn't ask about her, doesn't ask about her son. Weird. It must just be a language thing, right? Bert isn't. She's not trying to be rude or cold, right?
Yeah, I think Bert's a huge asshole, and we've known this.
Yep. Bert's a bitch.
You know what? I was disappointed to see that she is Robin, and he is like
absolutely.
He does love Bert for some reason. Miss Bert. He literally was like, miss you. I love.
I wrote it down.
Heart.
Skidamarinky dinky dink. Skidamarinky doo. I love you.
Oh, it's annoying, but
I love you in the morning and in the afternoon.
Do you think...
I love you in the noche.
Noche. Underneath the... What's moon?
Loon. Right?
Luna.
Whatever. Okay,
Luna.
anyway.
Luna.
It was so stupid.
So, Danielle, if I were Danielle... If I feel like Danielle has probably called, like, Homeland Security. Like, because, like... Bert could have been here by now, I think. I think Danielle is doing something on the outs to make sure that she's just stuck there and she's enjoying this.
Well, no, I thought last week, I believed that for a while, but last week they said they have the visa stuff, but she can't leave because her mom is still kind of ill or she doesn't want to leave her mom.
Oh, well, sorry, Bert.
I mean, Bert's banking on Garrick going to live there. Let's get real.
Yeah, but
she really thinks that Garrick is going to leave.
Couldn't get her pregnant. That's what the real plan was.
Oh, yeah.
But so he couldn't do it, this guy. He just couldn't do it.
He's got the bow, but he doesn't have the arrows. All right, so, they get to the Airbnb, and Garrick says, ladies first, because he just wants to see some booty. And they're like, Leah is hilarious. She is so funny. We just laugh and laugh. Everything she says is so funny. Okay, Danielle, guys. We both know you're using her.
Danielle
like, come on, let's go.
She never doesn't. She always has a smile on her face. Because she's just loving this so much. She's like...
She's glowing.
This has all come completely to fruition.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm walking on sunshine.
Like, she loves this little tiny little Garrick next to her on the couch.
Oh, little Garrick. And speaking of little Garrick, he's changed into his cowboy costume.
Oh,
and he's got on this hat, which made him look even
tinier.
Smaller.
It's a big hat, small man.
He was swimming in the hat and the boots. Did you see he had boots on?
I did not see the boots. I definitely saw the hat.
And his skinny little legs were just like, clanking around inside these boots. And they go look around and Leah's still hungry.
Yeah.
Because she said it in the car, I'm starving.
I'm starving.
And he's like, oh, look, there's a grill out here. And she's like, cool, how about we put some food on it? Because I'm hungry.
Eat. I'm in a bitchy mood.
And they're like, how about some chicken and beer? And she's like, cool, chicken and beer. And they're like, okay, chicken and beer. She's like, run along now and get the chicken. And the beer to drink because I'm hungry. Move. Still haven't sseen it. Still haven't seen any chicken or beer.
I haven't seen any of them eat anything because they fast.
No. So Leah is going to go change her clothes and probably, eat a Snickers bar or something if she's smart. And she comes back down and Danielle's like, hey, gorgeous, look at you. You look so hot. We should call Bert right now. You just look amazing in this light. Let's get her on the phone. Let's FaceTime her now.
Diabolical. And I love it.
Yeah. So we have Leah, who's now just like leaning over Garrick's shoulder. Her face is like just resting right there. Like, hey, Bert.
Bert looks weird.
Garrick goes,
Bert is a different person, I think, now. I think they've recast Bert. She doesn't look the same. Do you think she looks the same? I mean, her braces are off, but I feel like she's been recast.
It was blurred. Oh, her braces were off?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I think it was just blurred.
Oh, okay. She looks different.
I think she still has them. Yeah. Okay. I guess I really wasn't paying attention to her. I was just trying to pay attention to Garrick, who still, in the, year that they haven't seen her, still they have not picked up any Portuguese whatsoever.
No.
Still relying on this translator app. And actually, Danielle's probably like, don't even worry. We got the app. You're fine.
The app is good.
Don't even bother learning the language. He just goes, hi, amor. Oh, hi. I'm like, hey, sister. And then Leah's like, hey, nice to see you.
Silence.
Oh. And then Garrick goes, nice to see you, she said. And she's like, trying to fiddle with her ear thing, like, get the translator. Danielle, get the translator. Yeah, it's not the translator,
Danielle's
guys.
Just like, do you want to
She's shunning her.
leave you alone? Do you want us to leave you? Like, once he's crying, she's like, well,
it was like
alone.
A little boy.
Yeah.
It's how I would say to Charlie, like, oh, do you just want a minute? Okay, you just want to take a minute. I'll be right back. You just.
But then their conversations just.
I'll be right there.
Miss you.
Yeah.
You.
Bert's crying, and then he starts crying. Goes, I love you, my sweet sunshine.
I love your heart. Points to heart.
This is two babies.
Yeah.
Who speak different languages, speaking a baby sign language or something. It's so, God. Are they both dumb? Is Bert dumb too?
Okay, like, he's spreading out the words, I love you, as if she's a complete idiot. She knows what I love you.
And he is doing it with his hands. He's going like, he's pointing to his, I love you. All slow like that. And then they just look at each other and they just go, yeah.
Miss Bert. Miss Bert.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Danielle's outside just like drinking. Yeah. And she's like, this is great.
Yeah.
This is going to work out great, I think, Leah. Leah's like, is this going to be a problem though? Because Bert seems like a complete bitch. Like, that's basically their conversation outside. And she's like, yeah.
And then you go back to Garrick. And Garrick is crying, and he wipes his eyes with the back of his hand. Like a baby would do when they're tired. When they're, like, swaddled, like, wah, wah, wah. They can't move. What adult... Have you ever seen an actual adult wipe their eye with the...
Yeah, it's the weird... My, like, middle or fourth finger.
Yeah. Right, like a normal person.
An adult.
If you just saw me going like this, you'd be like, oh, my God, do you have something in your eye? Like, oh, God, did a contact just... pop out or something. He's like, wah, wah. You are my queen. Oh, really? I'm sure Danielle would love to hear. You're my queen.
You're my queen. You're the queen.
Uh-huh. I love your heart.
I think what's happening...
This is where we're at.
What's happening is that she got her braces off, and now he can't experience her blowing him with the braces off. He's like, damn it.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, it's going to be so good.
Do you think she did?
I think she... I think she did a bunch of stuff. I think she let him put it in the back.
Wouldn't stuff...
The back door.
The back. Wouldn't, like, his, like, pubes get stuck in her brain?
Yeah, I mean, pubes get stuck in... If you don't have braces. I guess you want to know.
Okay. We gotta move on from this. Okay, so, oh, baby, miss you. You so special. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so now Leah and Danielle, they're talking, and Leah's like, Bert's just, always cold and short with me, and I guess I'm just wondering, is my relationship with Garrick dependent on that? Like, does Bert get the final
and Danielle
say?
pretends to be surprised. She's like, oh, yeah, I guess I never thought of that.
Yeah, she puts her hand under
chin.
her, what am I, in her chin, like, good question. Does your relationship depend on Bert and Garrick? I've never had that thought myself.
She's like, it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
This will work out. This will be great.
Yeah. And so Danielle just wonders now if jealousy is going to be a battle for Bert. That might be so hard for Bert to be
Because I had to deal
jealous.
with this, but Bert hasn't had to deal with this. So it's really interesting that Bert now has to deal with it.
Yeah. I wonder how Bert is going to do if Leah told Bert, oh, I know Garrick said that we weren't intimate, but that first night we were here.
Sister,
we
I have
totally
to tell
had
you
sex.
Something.
Sister, that first night at bed.
That first night at bed.
Just do the whole Jersey Shore note.
Like, he danced with lots of fat girls.
Oh, you're so sad. You are. That's too bad. Well, Bert, if you couldn't handle it, then you should have gotten to this relationship. So, bye-bye. Well, I mean, I think we could see that Leah's probably not going to be a long-term...
Yeah, Leah's already over it.
...relationship partner. Okay, well, do we get all to all our couples?
Yeah.
I'm like having a stroke here while I'm talking. Okay, next week, Danielle and Nick have a post-coital breakfast together. Leah doesn't want to do laundry, and Garrick says that could be a red flag.
You know what's the worst is, like, you wear that hideous red dress, and then you have sex with this guy, spend the night, and now you have to put that dress back on in the morning at like 8 a.m.
And it's stretched out.
Yeah, and it's just...
It's stretched out. It doesn't have that. It has that
stank. And now I'm wearing this at 8 a.m.
Gross. Yeah. Ew, you gotta like just pop your boobs back into those saggy little pockets on the front.
Gross.
Okay, and then Marcus tells Bila when she says, I have butterfly wings. You have to let me spread my butterfly wings. He says, I don't want to do that. I want to possess your butterfly wings. Like, Bing. Isn't that so sweet?
It's so hot.
God, what a guy. What else? 90 Day Fiance, shall we?
You have half an hour right now, right?
Oh, we can do this. We can do this. Okay. Because Biddy and Ari were not on this episode.
I hate them. I don't care about them.
So annoying.
I don't even care about them enough to hate them.
No one does.
All right.
Even last season, people were like, why are they even on this show?
Honestly,
Kara and
nothing
Guillermo
happened in this episode at all. This was a pretty stagnant episode. I loved watching it.
A couple of them. I thought it was a fairly good episode. Kara and Guillermo are just like a Biddy and Ari. Mm-hmm. Who the hell cares?
My entire notes for Kara and Guillermo is he wants to look at wedding venues and she's the huge cunt.
Yeah.
That's my whole notes for that entire thing. We don't have to see Emily's boob again, so that's another great... That makes a great episode for me.
Whoa. Are you flying past that?
What?
You're flying past Emily and Kobe with we don't have to see her boob?
No, I'm just saying that's one.
Oh, okay, good. Yes.
Notes that I've taken here. And we didn't have to see Emily's boob, and I was happy about that. She was covered up again.
Yeah. True. And maybe she's just playing like a little coy because it's really cute when Kobe and her are driving and he's just kind of flirting and teasing her and she says, don't touch me. I'm serious. Don't touch me.
This is completely my parents' relationship growing up. Like when I was growing up and my mom would just be like, Dawn, don't touch me. Dawn. This is very, like, this is how women should treat men. So they go, I love how much 90 Day Fiance is trolling you specifically, Jodie.
Me? With the fucking horses. I just wrote down, here we go with the horses.
They're going horseback
I mean, I'm not even
riding,
going to go.
Which is not a horseback riding. He's walking around a tiny little stable.
I will say I would have appreciated that. I never got that. I never got like someone taking the reins and just slowly easing into this.
The summit.
And to Buttercup, this is the only time I'll ever defend Buttercup. I don't think Buttercup ever got eased into it either.
Yeah, they just threw you on her.
They just threw a chubby 10-year-old on her back and told her to head for the hills. Anyway, Kobe gets up there. He's terrified, as he should. And he's never been on a horse.
This is another power move for her. It's just, how can I emasculate him more?
She's like, you've never been on a horse. It's fine. Get up there. She had a harder time getting up on the horse than he did. Struggling. And then she's like, oh, I haven't been on a horse in years. Then shut up. She's like,
put your leg there and then throw your other leg over it. Yeah. He knows how to, go through life.
He's not going to side saddle it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then she doesn't even, go for a little gallop or whatever. Even she's having the woman walk her around the little kitty circle.
I haven't done this in years.
Shut up.
Well, you live in a house. They
don't you own
horses. One? Why are they riding their own horses?
And she said... Yeah, and she said that she hadn't shoveled the horse poop in years either.
Because she's a loser. She exists only to breastfeed Coben.
And bleed her parents dry. She's still nursing off her parents. She's nursing off her parents' teeth.
Did I say this on air or off air that I looked at her Instagram and she had to shut off comments for every post, posts from 2 years ago. She had to limit comments because people are like, you suck. And then
she's mean.
For the one where the episode where she wouldn't let him touch the baby's feet, and she was responding to those, and she was saying I really cringed watching that, and she was responding over and over I hated myself watching that. So she does seem to have a little bit of self-awareness.
Good. She should. Well, hopefully she gains a lot more watching this stuff because she goes to her parents and she's like, so, I mean, like the wedding and everything, can you guys help with that?
The mom's just brushing the dog, expressionless.
Yep.
And the dad goes, we have some concerns. And, hey, here's what his concerns are. Kobe is black. That's the concerns. Kobe's black.
He shouldn't be speaking to you that way, Emily.
Oh, Emily.
Have you heard the way your daughter speaks to him?
That was the nicest thing he could have said to her in that situation.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I hope they roll the tape. I'm sure her parents won't change their mind, but if they did you hear the berating that your daughter did? I would absolutely. I don't care if Paige was 28, which isn't she 28?
She's almost 30.
Oh, she's 29. Yeah. So she's acting like she's, I don't know, 20 years old or 19 years old, and like her parents still owe it to her to allow her to live at home at 30 years old, not doing a damn thing. Doesn't help around the house. Like, she thinks her chores are to
breastfeed Gobin.
To help take care of her own kid.
Yeah.
I don't care how old my kids would be. I'd be like, you're being an asshole to your partner. You can't be talking like that. That's so rude.
We look like our parents, but I'm creeped out by how much her parents look exactly like Emily. I'm creeped out by it.
Yeah.
It's like weird.
I know.
It's weird how much she looks like
I hate her parents.
Yeah, I hate both of her parents. The mom, I just can't get a read on that one. She's a robot.
They're ice queens, both the mommy and the dad.
She goes, my husband would never speak to me like that. I'm like, well, I don't think you speak to each other, though. I think you both sit in a room together all day, not speaking.
And they read. And she
brushes the dog.
They go vintage shopping for, like, indigenous art.
Oh, God.
To the area. Like local
I like this one.
dream
yes,
catchers
I like the
and
red
shit.
On that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's buy it.
Well, Emily reassures them that she's got it handled. It's my relationship. I got it handled. I'm sorry. Besides the money, I have it all handled. We don't need a third party in our relationship trying to figure it all out. When he gets his green card, he can work. And they're like, okay, well then what job can he do? And she goes, I don't know. How do you not know what skills or trade or possibilities? Have you looked ahead of time for the past year that you knew he was coming? Start looking for some jobs. Be a headhunter for
like
Kobe.
He does have some skills because, like, didn't his dad own like a poultry farm? Like, it seems like he probably does have skills that he could be utilized here.
I mean, she's not even looking for a job for herself. Oh, which I did see on Reddit. People were saying that she owns a nannying company and she has nannies that work under her. Cute. Bullshit.
Like an MLM
That's like saying,
company.
Yeah. Like maybe she knows some other nannies and is like, oh, hey, I know this family, whatever.
Club.
But if exactly.
She's
oh my
Claudia.
God. I tried to start a babysitter's club when I was younger. That was the best.
Christy?
Claudia was so fucking cool. Christy was kind of cool.
Christy wore oversized
she might be more like
sweaters.
Christy was a tomboy.
She is Christy because Christy would wear like those oversized sweaters that Emily likes to wear.
Christy would never whip out her boob though.
Oh no. Christy was definitely a lesbian.
Stacy, she wants to be a Stacy.
But she's...
Remember Stacy had diabetes? When we found out Stacy had diabetes. And we're like, whoa. Yeah.
I love the Babysitter's Clubs.
And then Mary Ann's mom married... Was it Claudia's dad? No, Stacy's dad.
That. Mary Ann was kind of the nerd, right?
Yeah. She was smart. But she had the boyfriend Logan.
Oh, I don't remember that. I was more of a Sweet Valley Twins than I was a Babysitter's Club head.
Those were hard to get around here. Because I remember I read the first one and I couldn't keep going with it because I couldn't get my hands on it. Yeah. They didn't have any of the books at Crown Books. Remember when you could only get books from book fairs and bookstores?
Like every month was it was God, I forgot what it was called.
There Got It to Be Margaret.
No. It was a Sweet Valley Twins.
Oh.
But my favorite Judy Blume was Just As Long As We're Together, by the way. But Sweet Valley Twins, there's one that is like a Christmas Carol, but it's with like one of the twins. It's like she's like, like they take her around and like show her like, or maybe it was more like It's a Wonderful Life, where they show her what life would be like if she didn't exist or something.
Yeah,
it was a ghost. It was ghosty.
If they weren't twins. Ooh.
Jessica and
remember
who's the other one's name?
Christopher Pike books.
God.
It wasn't R.L. Stein. Christopher Pike. That was
Pike was like the dirty
I'm a tween
now. He was like hardcore.
It was like scary or spooky.
And there was some sex in it.
And the covers were
Michael.
That was like, I'm like getting so much older now. I read Christopher Pike.
You're still reading R.L. Stein. That's goosebumps.
Yikes. Okay, anyway. Emily's dad wants to talk to Kobe alone. Man to man, because he has serious concerns.
He's like, hey, Kobe, come down into the basement with me.
Oh, it's probably because Emily was at work, right?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, they were visiting Emily's grandma.
I'm just happy we didn't have to see her fucking bib again, Jodie. I was thrilled with this episode.
Have they ever sat down with Emily to have this conversation with her? Hey, are you going to get a job?
Right. And
we're here taking care of your baby.
Still, nobody understands. I can't get a job yet. Legally.
Yes.
It would be illegal
what's your plan?
for me to work here right now. What's your plan?
I mean, I'm with Kobe. Like, maybe Emily could help him think of something that he can do besides just be like, you can model, but we are in Kansas,
I think that
so
means,
I don't know.
We're going to get a bunch of Instagram followers. I guarantee you that's the underlying.
Okay, well, that's stupid. And then he's like, and I was talking to Emily, and besides modeling, because we're in Kansas, it's not a big modeling hub, nor do I think a 34-year-old guy.
Who's a dad bod.
A former, exactly. It's going to be hitting the runway anytime soon. Emily thought of this awesome idea that maybe Kobe could be an architect like her dad, and then she can just like take over the business because he did some civil engineering in high school, so he could just take over the company.
Right. It's definitely.
I 100% believe that's what she said.
Definitely, and it's obviously a dumb idea. And now the dad just says a whole slew of racist shit. Like, I don't know how it is where you come from, but do you like get degrees over there in Africa or what?
Oh, so you didn't have any training after high school in civil engineering. And then he tells us, well, he's crazy if he thinks he's going to come in and take over my business. That's not going to happen. He's out of his mind. He didn't get the idea himself. Yeah. Your daughter, your asshole daughter, told him that. And now he's coming to tell you, like, hey, I'm interested. Maybe you can train me. Maybe you can mentor me.
I didn't take it as I want to steal your company.
He doesn't know. I don't know what I can do here in...
Maybe you can help me.
Emily keeps saying Salinas, Texas, or Kansas is so small. How is he supposed to know what jobs are available there? He just got
here. He's got $4,000, and, I don't know how it is over there in Africa, but $4,000.
That's not a lot here.
Like, okay, dude, relax.
That might last you a couple months, if that.
I can't believe Kobe hasn't
I felt so bad for him.
about this. Kobe is handling himself so well. He's just like...
Yep.
He does a lot of big sighs, like, okay, just take it in. I have a son.
He was so proud of himself, too. And he's like, I don't know if she told you, but I have $4,000 saved up. So I think, that can last us a while. He was so proud of himself, as he should be. Does Emily have $4,000 sitting around?
She's got a boob.
She doesn't have $4,000 saved up. So to save up $4,000 a year of housing and food in Cameroon and to come here with that, that's huge.
That's huge for
any person. I don't have
$4,000 in either.
I don't have $4,000 just like sitting around that I could be like, throw that in there.
Exactly.
What the hell? Like, give him credit for that. Your daughter, I'm sure
Most
Emily has.
Don't come with any money.
$20 in her checking account.
Did any of these other men have? Guillermo wants to buy a computer with money.
Oh, right. He had like $2,000 or something.
Right. But most of these people do not even think about saving money. Miona doesn't have money. Thais.
So now Emily's dad is like, I just think you and Emily need to sit down and make a plan and, be out of here before the 90 days, hopefully. So now that you want them moved out, within the 90 days. And again, he cannot get a job. If he gets a job and starts working, that's against the law. He could be kicked out.
Exactly. And also, you get a job, it's usually 2 weeks before you even get paid. And then that's your first paycheck. Taxes. You're not moving out on that.
Yeah. And you're not going to have a place that's like, oh, okay, so you're going to be here in 90 days. Well, yeah, we'll just like wait for you to get all that stuff together. We won't hire anyone else.
Or references, because I'm from Cameroon.
Yeah, we'll take your word for it.
Move on in.
Tell your daughter to get her ass in gear. She knew a year ago that his visa stuff was good to go. They just had to wait because of COVID.
Also, can you imagine
your daughter's
approaching
fault.
Emily to have this serious of a conversation? Because that's going to be fun. She's really responsive to stuff like that.
Yeah. It's not party in the USA. It's time for work. I mean, you're going to have to talk to Emily because Emily has no idea how it works.
Come here to Calgary.
So what do you want him to do?
In my purple room. You do not need to do this.
I know. God, oh my God, her family sucks. So we have Shida and Bilal and even a Mohammed and Jabri and Patrick.
And
how about we
Jam.
go with... Oh, and Space Jam. Let's just go down. Let's go Shida and Bilal.
Yeah, because not a lot happened.
And wash that chicken like lady parts. Get in there and just
I kind of thought that
chicken.
Was cute that she said that.
It was cute. She was trying to break the ice and make her laugh. And
everyone chill out.
This whole thing with calling her Umi, I think this is a production thing. Like they have to have some sort of like thing with the kids.
Whatever. And it seems like she gets along.
In the end, she'll be fine with it. Whatever.
Zena, is that right?
I didn't write down her name, but she's gorgeous.
Yeah, and they seem to get along fine. I would love for Shida to be my stepmom.
Shida. Shaida's the mom. Shida's her. Yeah.
The way it's spelled looks like Shida.
It does,
yeah. She seems like an awesome stepmom. She'd be cool as shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
So
okay, so we have family day after they have a morning prayer. They're in the car, and Shida's like, this would be like a perfect day to start getting some wedding stuff together. Maybe we pick some things up. And he's like, we're going to need to talk a lot more about getting married before we plan a wedding.
That's why you were here. No. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. That's not the point of the 90 days is to talk about, whether you should or shouldn't get married. He fucking sucks. So now he tells us that he's looking into a prenup, but she doesn't know that.
Again, this is such all of these people
bring that up to her later.
It's such a moot point because you're still responsible for them financially.
I know.
For 10 years.
I know.
So a prenup is pointless.
Idiot. So let's go on scooters because Bilal, he thinks it's a good idea to get Shida out of her comfort zone and try something new.
She's not already out of her comfort zone.
Moving, right. So we're just going to keep throwing things at her that we know she doesn't like and she's not into, just to break her out of her comfort zone. Because, listen, Bilal loves to stretch himself out of his comfort zone and try new things.
Yeah.
We see that every week.
We kept seeing the preview from like last episode and then every commercial break for this episode of her like strolling off in the...
You hear like a car crash, like...
And nothing happened. The reveal was that she kind of stepped off of the scooter.
Yeah. She's like, I'll wait up for you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah. I kind of...
She did nothing.
Yeah. I kind of tripped a bit.
God. Okay, so Bilal says a lot of times Shida's mind goes to negative first. Yeah, you know why? Because she doesn't trust you. Because you've never done anything with like a pure intention. It's always been to test her, to push her, to piss her off, to see how far you can push her before she snaps.
She's a prankster.
That's why. Yeah. But don't call him fussy. Oh my God, do not call him fussy.
He was so pissed.
He's not
fussy.
He was
so pissed when she said that. He goes, define the word.
It's not fussing. Because I don't fuss. I don't fuss. No. It's not that I'm fussy. It's just that you don't shine spoons. Even your mom complained that you don't clean silverware.
She says he has to win every argument. And he's like, what? No.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Which.
No, I don't. And then when he said the thing about you don't shine silver, even your mom said that you don't clean silverware the right way. And she's like, okay, why would you bring that up? You're bringing that up to hurt my feelings. And you're bringing that up just to win a conversation. And you're making me uncomfortable right now. I just feel really uncomfortable. And he's like, well, then fine. We don't need to talk. We don't need to speak anymore. You want to go? We'll just leave then. If you don't want to talk, then fine. You're uncomfortable? Fine. Don't talk. The solution to I'm not feeling comfortable right now doesn't mean we don't talk.
Yeah.
It means like, okay, what would make you more comfortable talking right now? What do I do? What can I do to make you feel comfortable? Not like, okay, well, that's your problem. Bye. And scooter away. Like a little fucking coward. I hate him.
I hate most of these people, honestly. I kind of hate Eve and Mohammed as well now. I kind of hate Eve now. You want to talk about them?
Okay. You know why I'm annoyed with Eve? I'm just going to put a spoiler alert out here because I saw this on Reddit. Someone was at a Dallas airport the other day and saw the two of them together waiting for a flight.
All right, well, yeah, you suck, Eve. You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
So you're asking for it.
Sorry.
He's a little boy. Oh my God. Oh, you want to just think I'm controlling you. I'm not control. Okay, well, what the fuck? You can see he's like a little manipulative mama's boy.
He's wearing a women's t-shirt
obviously
during this
are
whole
in
scene.
for it.
Did you notice that?
Oh, it's a loose neck.
It's like when
That's
when
a
Michael
scoop
accidentally cross-dressed.
Mysterious. His mysterious pants on The Office.
Michael, it doesn't even
I mean, that's all I have to say. After I saw
pockets.
that. Yeah. He's like, what? And then he turns to the side. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about them because I'm like, well, now she stayed with him. So,
honestly,
sorry,
their whole segment
bye-bye.
is just him saying, oh, no, but you knew who I was going into this. Which is actually a good point. She kind of did. It's like, well, we were on vacation.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't really on vacation because he was in Egypt where he lives.
Yeah, but actually, this leads to the Jabri and Miona of it all, too. You kind of are on vacation, though.
Yeah.
That's not real life when you're at like a resort and you don't have to cook meals and whatever. And you're not doing your day-to-day things. That isn't real life. So whatever. I guess they both chose each other. Let's talk about Jabri and Miona here. The fake fighting in the studio. The like, little smacky hands.
We're just going to hug each other and roll around on the floor.
Okay, so then after they fight, okay, they're like down rolling on the floor. They're like, stop. Yeah, Space Jam is like, no.
Who's like 24 years old is just in the other room like,
oh, Alex.
Whatever. He's like, I'm getting
$600 out of the session.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Jabri goes, he's like, okay, fine, you know what? Go, David, go. Go or I'm going to smack the shit out of you. Go, get out of here. And they're like, well, we have to finish because we just paid $600 for the session. Yeah. Hey, Jabri, we can't have him spit it out in every language as V leaves, okay? And we have a very prominent engineer here that you can hire for $400 a song or $600 a session.
I just wrote, this idiot still has this fucking helmet on. What a fucking dude.
Oh, yeah.
I could never be friends with someone who is this committed to just wearing a helmet. That's his thing, is wearing a helmet.
Also, Jabri still wearing his coat and his like fanny packs slung around his body.
Style.
Are you gonna relax and stay a while and like throw your track words down or whatever?
There's an episode of Seinfeld where Elaine won't take off her jacket and Jerry's like annoyed.
Yeah.
Which I agree with.
It is annoying.
Take off your jacket.
And later when they're drinking at their Serbian club too, I'm like, are you gonna stay a while?
At the tiniest little table in the restaurant. Like, I guess you can sit here. This isn't really a table.
I'm like, I'm not eating anything because obviously I'm a huge fat ass. I feel like Steven Assante's sitting here at this little teeny tiny table.
God.
That's like when you are that person who gets the tallest chair at the table and you're like, God, now I just feel like a fucking giant. I can't be comfortable.
So we get to, I mean, let's, Jabri and David.
Yeah. Alarm goes off.
Let's go.
Let's go. Start to cough.
Let's go.
New charm.
Jabri, we don't even see Jabri sing or talk. He's just standing there like as the hype man almost.
And then he smacks Alex, the producer, sound man, when they're like jamming out. He like smacks on his head like, come on, man.
See, this is like another reason why like I could not do theater because I could never do shit. I could never stand in a studio and like listen to a track and like just go
pretend
down
like you like
with
it.
Like, yeah. Like, Brandy is, like, booty shaking and shit. I'm like, God, I am not that person.
And they're like, go, Brandy. Go, Brandy. I'm like, shh. Isn't this, like, recording time? Should we not be calling from the background?
We hear her go, yeah, 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 yeah.
Alarm and charm.
And then we hear David go on and sing and rap, spit, if you will, in Serbian.
He spit in a different language.
And then they listen to it. Jibri doesn't do anything. Why would Jibri not be featured in this? Because
he's too good for her?
Yeah, he can't
appreciate.
He can't give it away. Jodie.
Oh, I know why. Because it's Miona's fault because he can't create.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to create because Miona's here.
All he was doing was texting her. Miona, he was just saying, hey, I'm about to record. And that really ruined the whole fucking thing.
All right. Well, she goes wedding dress shopping with a Reese Witherspoon meets Alex McCord lookalike.
Dude, Reese Witherspoon.
With Alex McCord?
Not Alex McCord, but I did write down Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah. She's Reese and Alex McCord's little baby doppelganger. And then she just talks about how annoying Jibri is.
Yeah.
Anything else?
She just talks to Brandy, and Brandy's like, yeah, no, they got in a big fight. And then Reese Witherspoon's like, yeah, it sounds like he was standing up for you, though. I'm like, you can't go. Uh-huh. You're not.
So you're going to take the dress?
Yeah. Do you like the dress?
Are you sweating? Because I don't want yourself tanner getting on the dress.
Miona says, I mean, I'm not going to just buy something that's really expensive, but it is what it is. The cost is what it costs. So you will matter. Just buy whatever. You will buy an expensive dress. Whatever.
All right, well, listen. I need some rakia. Let's go to my favorite Serbian restaurant in Chicago. They walk in like they're fucking locals. They're there every day. Hey, look at this guy. Let's get some rakia in the house. He's that person that goes on a cruise and then thinks they're a Key West local.
Yeah.
Or like they are a Hawaiian now. They are a native. They know everything about the culture.
Yeah, well these two just want a sword fight. Like with their penises.
With their peepees?
Yeah, they want a sword fight with their penises.
Oh, okay.
They're in love with each other.
You're playing with your 2 pointer fingers going pew pew.
They just
pew,
want to
pew.
like
yeah, I mean they
definitely
they've done it, right?
They've like jerked off together while staring into each other's eyes, at least.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. I like that for them. Yeah, I don't think there was like any insertion.
But they definitely don't talk about it.
No, I was going to say like maybe they've had to share a bed at like a hostel and someone's hand may have traveled over.
Yeah.
Well, they were both sleeping. Neither of them woke up.
It's like Creed on The Office, where he's like, if a man slipped in there, there's no way to know.
Mm-hmm. If it happens, it happens. And in David's culture, as you know, when you have a disagreement with each other, you sit down and you talk about it. Well, then what ends up happening is we basically just get Miona thrown under the bus by Jibri, saying maybe he just needs to rethink this whole marriage thing because Miona she's young, she's impatient, and he thrives on creation. And, she was different on vacation. She doesn't know, like, that's vacation Jibri, but day-to-day Jibri is just about creating and music and waking up at 4 a.m. and feeling inspired and creating.
He has to create, Jodie.
Yeah, creating. And there we go.
Such a go-getter.
He's like, David, do you think I should get married? He's like, no, I don't think you should. He's like, oh, really?
Well, thank God we have these 90 days, because that's what this is for. That's why the visa exists.
Yeah. They're getting really annoying, and I know they're exploiting their Instagram fame for right now, and I'm done with them. There'll be a couple that gets a whole bunch of seasons because TLC is going to think that people love them, and I don't. I think they're boring already.
Does anyone love any couple, though? Why put anyone on here if you're not going to hate them? I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Because we love to hate everything.
Exactly.
And that brings us to our last couple, Patrick
Thais.
and Thais.
Gets out. But now we know. We've said it. I think every podcast has said it. We like Patrick, but we're not sure if maybe something's going to happen. Oh, well, now we know. He sucks, too. He's a piece of shit. He's a huge piece of shit as well. So, yeah. There's no one likable.
Well, they don't have hot water, so Herpes calls up the hot water man. They're going to come fix that.
Glowing in the morning. I think he did like an exfoliation on it, so it's like, and he's already drunk.
That's a herpes simplex, a B. Stage
John
B.
has Jean has the red cheeks right up here.
The
morning
he's got
alcohol.
like the alcoholic
Yeah.
rosacea. Yeah, he does. Okay, well, they don't have hot water. What I think happened is the hot water heater was probably set on lower, meaning colder, because no one was living in the house, and they just had to like turn the dial.
But
these two are idiots,
house.
and they just don't know how. Anyway,
working.
I mean, what a small, ugly new house, though. Would you live in that? Did you see the closets? Ugh. Yeah, Thais, what the fuck? You are not that cute to have this attitude.
And I love that she's the type of gal that needs her man to tell her how ugly other women are constantly.
Not just ugly as fuck. More than once.
I love that for her. That she's that girl. That she likes to put other women down. It's what we really need in our society. It makes her stronger. Right now, is for women to be constantly pushing each other down.
And I think guys love when their girlfriends want them to just keep telling them, like, you're beautiful. You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. You're the prettiest person. No, I will never talk to another woman ever. I'm not going to talk to him because if I do, oh my God, I'm going to get turned on by this waitress. So we can only interact with men from here on out. He's going to cheat
on her in front of her. Like, you don't need to worry about him at this party, bitch.
Well, first, before we get to the party, we go to dinner, and he has a Welcome to America gift, which is lingerie, slutty Mrs. Claus, and an iPhone.
But there's a catch.
And the whole point of the iPhone, there's a catch. He's going to have the location thing taken off his phone so that she can't track him wherever he is now. Like, how much time do you have in a day where you could just be tracking someone all day? Who cares?
Do you want to know where Dave is? Ever?
No. I know he's somewhere in France right now, but I don't know.
I might track that.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, he's working. I'm not like, oh my God, is he in the red light district of France? Whatever. I mean, God. Anyway, well, that's the whole thing. If you're going to be, again, marrying someone, you should have the trust level that you don't have to be tracking their every move.
When you're in the same
living
room,
with him. You moved across the country.
That he's going to fuck a woman in front of you.
Exactly. So then we get the whole thing where she's like, why? Why did I track you? And he's like, okay, well, I kissed a girl after we met. I didn't have sex there because I was kind of floppy because I was drinking. Hey, don't ever use the word floppy.
Why would you reveal that?
Floppy sounds like flappy, and flappy sounds like flappy vagina or something. Like floppy, like flappy. Flap. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it at all. So they didn't have sex, and she was ugly as fuck, according to Thais. And then Patrick's like, oh, yeah. And she was ugly as fuck. Well, what does that say about you? That you were going to have sex with her?
You tried to.
And also Thais,
that's
you're not that cute.
And I feel
One might argue
saying
you
that
are ugly as fuck.
She would say that about us. So fuck you.
Absolutely.
You are not.
She's got a killer body.
She's skinny.
But she's an ugly personality.
That's it.
Yeah.
She's got a frying pan.
She's not that cute. Not that cute. I just think she needs a nose job. Yeah. If you're going to say you're a model, you need a nose job.
Coming from two Polish girls with big noses. You need a nose
Absolutely.
job.
I've told you this. Daily, I am praying one of my kids. I mean, when the kids were little, I would be like, oh, I'm sitting right behind them. Please throw your head back and just get my nose. And then I just use my deductible, get a nose job. I would love to have a nose job, but I'm not walking around being like, yeah, I'm model. So like, that girl's ugly as fuck. What a bitch. God. So my whole thing about this almost cheated on her, whatever, is that she is stupid enough and she's young enough that she thinks she can just forevermore have the upper hand by keeping this punishment going on. Like, it's fun for her to be like, but that one time you kissed a girl.
A one-up on someone.
But you cannot have your marriage will not survive like that. Like, if you're going to choose to be committed to him and married him, then, like, you have to forgive him and not keep that over his head. It's one or the other. You can't have it both ways. So now we learn that John, surprise, throwing a potty.
Surprise.
And Wagner shows up. I think Alex the engineer showed up, except he was wearing a hat.
The name, I read it as Wagner.
Oh, because you're that girl. You're that music girl.
It's like Wagner?
Yeah. Now, I'm going to send you a picture because I saw this happen. And then, again, I was on the Reddits last night, couldn't sleep. And someone else was able to get the screenshot. Whoever you are on Reddit, thank God you caught it because I saw it too. Wagner, when the guy was talking, I noticed, I'm like, something is up with his teeth.
Yeah.
He had a partial.
And it fell out while he was
talking. He must have gotten his, and it fell out for a split second. And I saw it too. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy's teeth? And I couldn't catch it.
I mean, there's
but
nothing
someone
wrong with
did.
having a partial.
So if you thought something was up, no. But this is TLC. This is 90 Day Fiance.
They're not going to do a retake on that for this guy's sake.
No. Oh, they're leaving that in, and they're going to feature Wagner now. Now, you da Bella da Ball. So Wagner's teeth fall out, and that's some skinny guy. I think it was Alex, the engineer from Chicago, that was doing Jibri's thing. He's there, and then the ladies arrive, and what's his name? John is like, hello.
Ladies
look at you. Hello.
In the house.
God. I felt so bad for these girls because I knew. I'm like, oh, they're going to be talked about in about...
They're going to be called fat and ugly.
4 minutes. Absolutely. And sure enough, Thais has to pulls Patrick into the other room, which is such a high school move. How old are you? Yeah, we need to go talk to you. And the girls are being so nice to her. Like, oh, so it's a new country. Nice to meet you. How's it going? This must be so hard for you. Like, new language, new place. How do you like the new house? You just had to move again. Nice as could be. And she goes in there, and Patrick says probably what he has to say. But even the fact that he said it, hate you. He's like, yeah, the girls here are very ugly. And she goes, I know. First of all, no, they weren't. They were cute. Girls. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he said it, either he believes it or he still said it, which is equally bad.
He would fuck
and for her to say, I know.
One of these girls.
Oh, he probably has.
Yeah, great.
I'm sure he already knows already. And also, these are people that work with him or for him. So maybe you don't want to come across as a jealous, controlling, annoying bitch. Because that reflects badly on him. You know what else reflects badly? Licking each other in front of, again, your employees and the people you work with. She really thought it was
a power move where, I mean...
They're like, ooh, look at them. Oh, I wish I could be with him. Gross.
I audibly was like, ugh. I don't like it.
This isn't a thing.
I've never done
this. Is this a thing? I've never done this. I've never seen anyone do this.
It's insane.
It's just like... They're just leaning against each other with their tongues. They're parkouring with their tongues.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's great.
Cool. So sexy.
So basically everyone on the show is garbage. Do we like anyone? We like Kobe. Guillermo, I guess.
Yeah, I like Kobe.
He's a bebe.
Guillermo's fine, but he's with her. Yeah. What Eve, I want to like her.
But the fact that she's still with him.
But now I don't because she's still with him.
And Kobe and Emily are still together too, though.
And everyone else. he will eventually tire of her.
Well,
it's not going to be right away. It'll be years from now, but he will.
Like, get that green card, Kobe, and then get those kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying take them away from her, but get rights to the
They'll
kids.
split up. They won't stay together. Because once he gets established and has like a career,
and he seems like a hard worker,
has his own place, and he realizes I don't need her. Yeah,
he's shoveling horse shit.
He'll be like, okay, well, I don't deserve to be treated the way that you treat me. And the way that she is, I have a feeling that people think that's how I am with Dave, because I talk very sarcastically on here. I swear to God, I'm not. And what I'm saying is, like, women like her who actually, she kind of reminds me of Kate Gosselin.
Totally.
That isn't like something you can change.
No,
that really
is
part of your personality. That you can't just be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to be like less
think that
naggy
this is what
and
happens
less
with girls
demanding.
who aren't bullied, who have never been bullied. Like, do you ever think of that? I'm like, because sometimes I think of that, like, if I could go back and change it, like,
or we're popular. Yeah. We're super popular. No one would tell them
popular in high
if they were being
but my
mean.
Junior high, I mean, that shit broke me down. I mean, those 3 years really.
Yeah, but if you were from a smaller-ish town and you were always kind of a popular-ish girl, everyone knew you.
You're never gonna say you're never gonna say.
Or maybe not
funny.
even popular. Yeah, like you just always had like. You always had friends, but like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you never really experienced any sort of like social hardship in any way. Like you were never the new kid, or you were never, challenged or pushed on anything. You just assume everyone thinks anything coming out of your mouth is okay
like
or charming or funny. Oh God, total Cara. Not Cara Berry, Cara Guillermo.
Although Cara Berry is also gorgeous, but like...
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying, like, Cara on the show is not a long-term relationship girl. She'll be the type that will probably get married like 5 times.
She'll cheat and be like, well, it was whatever. It was just one time.
She comes across cute and charming and, like, totally into the same things as the guy. And then she starts getting controlling and annoying and set in her ways and stubborn. And they're like, bye-bye.
I feel Justine is an anomaly because she's, like, the most gorgeous girl in the world, but she's also... the nicest person I've ever met.
I know.
And she does like sports.
I know.
Like she's constantly posting stuff like with her going to sports games and stuff. Sports games? Is that what you say? Is that what people say in the biz?
Ball games?
Sports
Ball
stuff.
Games? But hockey isn't a ball.
Yeah, she was at the Blue Jays game the other
Pucking
day.
around.
That's
not hockey.
Baseball, I think.
I think it's baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
go baseball. Right, guys.
You guys, I think he just hit a 3-pointer.
It's me and Nick went to a baseball game with his brother, and I don't think I even turned my head toward the field. We just talked the whole time and drank beer. And it was awesome. And Nick kept dropping his fucking cell phone, and by the 50th time he did it, it was like, I was like... I'm taking your cell phone. Because it kept falling on the people in front of us. And it was cute. It was cute
I'm sure
the
they
first
loved
3
that.
times. And then like the 4th time, the people were like, here's your cell phone back.
Probably because you guys were just like going on and on and on about Wagner.
About
just
Woods.
talking about everything.
Guess what? In Patti LuPone's audiobook, she did The Woods. She did a production of The Woods. Not Into the Woods, but The Woods.
Oh, okay. Not
the
Into
ones
the
that
Woods.
was mentioned
the
on
Woods.
the Life Goes On, which Patti was in.
Yes, that's right. Hey, that's right. And speaking of Total Request Podcast, this week we have an episode of The Golden Girls, Straight No Chaser, the Henny Penny episode. We also have America's Next Top Model. We've done one before, but it's been a long time.
So
we are doing season 2. Episode 7, it's like the girl dripping with honey or jealousy, something like that. Watermelon sugar. And Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap. And then Sister Wives.
This is gonna be great.
We're doing a crossover with Surviving Sister Wives. And then we are going to go on their
We're doing
show
the second
as well,
episode
so
of The Anthropologists.
keep an eye and ear out.
I think. And they are coming on
so good.
today. This is all happening in mere hours. They're coming on to do the Las Vegas episode. Viva Las Vegas!
Yup. The most car trouble anyone's had in a single day.
Oops, I need a new
in the
car
history of time.
now.
Yep. Oopsies. All right. Well, that does it. Hey, guys, thank you for leaving so many 5-star reviews. There were quite a few of you who did that last week. Thank you.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. And if you don't have time to leave a quick line or two, pretty please click those 5 stars. It helps us out. And check out all the links are in the show notes. It takes you only a second to scroll down and find yourself on our website, lovetohatepod.com, or Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and all of the above. Anything else?
Nope. I'm gonna I need to go get some hair conditioner, Amanda, and at Shoppers.
Okay.
And then we got our crossover episode later. Sweet.
That's right.
Love you guys.
Until then.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.